Hello everybody, my name is Vangman427 and welcome back to minicraft. I decided to do a hardcore world because our original YouTube one had become corrupt and didn't work at all. So I decided to remake one because I also tried recording Oxygen Not Included, but that didn't work because apparently game capture doesn't seem to work, or pressing F9 or something. OBS has just been really annoying today. So I'm just gonna let this happen. Not let this happen. I'm gonna just record. One thing I also tried doing, and I've tried doing, I have to uninstall Fraps again. But one thing that I tried doing was there was one way of recording that kind of interested me, but I'll explain why it doesn't anymore. Is basically you record with like Fraps, and then you use Audacity to record your microphone, and then again Fraps records game audio in the actual game, and then your Audacity records your microphone, kind of thing. And I thought I'd give that a try. So the main things that kind of popped up for me was obviously the whole how am I going to sync things up, but there was some whole, go up to the keyboard and then, or not keyboard, or like give the record button a firm press and things like that, so that way you could sync it up. So it'd be the whole like, okay, well, if the recording started when I pressed the button, I just have to sync up the audio with when the button was pressed, kind of thing. So that was doable, but one thing I had to check was the file size, because I didn't want to record with Fraps and end up being, because again Fraps had a little better quality than OBS, again depending on your settings. OBS is still better, but again it was something I wanted to try. And what ended up happening is I did some tests, and it was like, okay, so I'll record for 10 seconds, and 10 seconds was kind of weird, and I wanted to try to get more round numbers. So basically what I did is I usually end up with, again, bigger videos. It's like half an hour recording, and then sometimes I edit that down depending on how much free time I have. And so what I did is I recorded my game. I just opened a game, hit record, and I record with Fraps on the settings that were best for me, because I want to give you guys the highest quality. So I did that, and I recorded for a minute, and then at a minute I stopped recording. And then what I did is I went to go check the file size, and it's like, oh, it's 2 gigabytes and 20 megabytes big, and that's just after recording for 1 minute. So it's the whole, okay, well, if I times that by about roughly 30, well, it's the whole like, oh, okay, well, I mean, I don't have 66 gigabytes. I mean, I have 66 gigabytes, but it's like, that's a big file to render and everything like that, and it already takes quite a while for things to render like this. You guys clearly know I've been with the whole having to record, like, this is actually the third time I've had to try to record a video. This is the second time I've had to try to record minicraft. Thankfully minicraft was only a couple minutes in, like 5 minutes into this, and then I had to realize it wasn't recording. But it was just like, and then I also had my brother come over, because we have, like, things were falling down, like we had like a cardboard cutout from like a movie one of his friends had given us, and it's just been causing us problems. Keeps falling over, and my brother always wants to put it up in this room, the room that I recorded. And if you look back at some other videos I've done where this room ends up being in video, you guys would know what I'm talking about. But it's just like keeps falling down no matter what. And today, finally, this is when I was also doing like the test recordings, things like that. But today's like, okay, I'm gonna come over and we're gonna try to end this once and for all. And basically, what he decides to do is, the most recent solution before him coming over was, hey, let's put a wooden post on the back of this cardboard cutout. It's Star-Lord one, I think. Yeah, Star-Lord. And so it's like, let's put a post on that. Let's duct tape that to the back. They laminated it because, it's no problems, everything like that. Because, don't want tape ripping up the nice thing. And so it's like, okay, let's do that. And then let's just have it sit down. And the one thing that I'm really annoyed that he doesn't understand is the fact that even if we did manage to figure out like the kind of like the end thing, or I guess you could say, is basically the problem is again, cardboard can slip, especially on hard wood that's, been, polished and, cleaned up, things like that. So that's the problem. So this could stand up and we could have never had these problems. It's just, he didn't seem to understand that cardboard slips, and no matter what, it's going to have that problem. So basically, his most recent plan today was, okay, I'm going to put I'm going to put an extra wooden dowel on the back there, and I'm going to duct tape the living heck out of it on the back there. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of put it floating on the wall, same place, behind the door, but the wooden poles are kind of leaning up against, like, there's a wooden trim that sticks out. And he's like, yeah, let's just put that on there and not secure it in any way. And it's like, okay, well, literally, like, how long have I been recording? Let me see. Oh, I didn't decide to push it. Let me check. I've been recording for 6 minutes. Okay, so about 7 minutes ago, that would be, from right now, it decides to fall. Again, it's been messing up some things, bumping things over. Thankfully, it didn't bend, because that's something it's been doing. It likes to, cardboard cutout likes to bend in the middle kind of thing. And so it's like, oh, okay, well, didn't bend. It broke some stuff. Thankfully, that stuff was easily repairable, like Lego sets that were on display kind of thing. And it's like, okay, well, you know what? I'm just going to put the cutout back in my room up against my shelf by my window. So I can't really open my window now. I mean, I can without, but I'm going to end up bumping the cutout kind of thing. So it's like, okay, well, can't really open up my blinds much. So, okay. And I'd rather have it be in there than, and frankly, when we had first gotten it and the first little while we had it, I've just been realizing I've just been going around punching trees. I have a lot of wood. Oh my gosh. Okay. I just got distracted there, but me personally, I've come to the point where it's like, I don't care what happens to that thing. As much as I love, it's Star-Lord, so it's Guardians of the Galaxy. As much as I love the movie, it's just, frankly, right now, I just don't like that cutout whatsoever. And it's just become a burden. There's a point in time where it was a blessing, but now it's become the curse. So it's just become, nope, I did not, there we go. Blank wall, let's get, I don't know for that, there we go. Okay, let's do this. Let's get that, I don't know, I guess let's do, oh wow. That's not what I want to do. I guess I might as well do it, okay. Okay, basically, okay, so we're just gonna, got a lot of wood. Okay, so can I make a lot of planks? I can. Okay, so let's take that, and then let's go boop, and then boop, 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 boop. Yeah, and then let's go, nope, not, wrong button. There we go, let's do this, boop, boop, and then boop for now, and then let's take this, what was the button you used to, I saved the world, I guess. Oh jeez, okay. That's F. I mean, I guess I saved it. I did then, so that's good. And then let's push that in there, and then I can make a chest. I'll do that in a bit. It's a plank wall. Is it okay? One thing that really confuses me about this is the fact that like the way the day and night cycles work is very confusing, because it's like, oh, I saw it get a little darker, so I'm going to assume it's getting, it's becoming nighttime, and then it's like, nope, won't be another couple of minutes before that happens. Okay. Okay, see, and like now it's getting brighter. It's confusing. How long have I been recording? 10 minutes. Again, I didn't time this, so. God, today's just been a really, well, at least this week has been a really weird week. For me, at least. It's been very stressful as well because, okay, main source of stress that's been, I guess, causing these problems. If anybody here speaks French or has been in a French immersion school, will understand. At least I hope they'll understand. I know that there's been a few French immersion schools that I've had that don't know what this is, but concours d'oratoire is like a French person's living nightmare. At least with all the kids that I've spent time with, because it's very stressful. It's very, like, very confusing. Not confusing, but it's just very, and very, very, very dislikable. Because I like speaking French. French is quite good, but when I'm given a presentation that needs to at least be 3 minutes long about a topic that I like, and then I have to go present this in front of the whole class. Not to mention that if my teacher that I am doing the presentation in the class with, like if my teacher thinks that I'm doing a good enough job, I can end up going to like a national competition where I face off against some of the best people in the country. There's no stress in that, and it's just become like a very, over the past little while, it's become very stressful because I've had to do, like, there's been problems with the way I have written my thing. My topic was wormholes, and I tried simplifying it down, and the problem, at least with me in trying to write a presentation about wormholes, is the fact that you can either have a presentation that's really long or really short, and I prefer to go with something that's really, short and sweet, gets the point across, does it really well, no kerfuffle. And then it's like, oh, I need more information. Well, okay, I managed to do it and everything's good, and I'm probably gonna end up presenting tomorrow, but it was still very stressful. And the way that my teacher chooses our name selection is kind of weird. It's like it's a random draw. And I know the whole idea is it's supposed to be like, well, you have to be ready at every single time. It's not like, oh, I can slack off for these few days to choose my name. Makes sense. I totally understand that. It's just very stressful. And, in high school, it's not something you want to have. Why is a wooden pickaxe doing? Okay. Never mind. But yeah, it's just like, it can be very stressful. So, also, one thing that happened today, and this is the first time this has happened, is we're not allowed to have notes. So it's memorize your entire presentation, word for word, in your mind, and then say that out loud in front of a bunch of people that are watching you. So it's like, and apparently, depending on you can use notes, but what ends up happening is if you use your notes too much, your grade can just be completely cut in half, which is, no, that's a bad idea. And again, I know probably from my mind, a lot of people are going to be like, oh, well, actually, if you think about it this way, it's a good thing. And I know, again, the mindset that's probably going through them is it's the whole, this is something we're supposed to remember, and it's the whole, getting our, presentation skills up. But it's like, but even if I have a big fancy job where I work with a company and I have to be pitching an idea to them, I'm still going to have notes, whether that's a slideshow that I can get hints off of or things like that. And, or it's like I can have like notes, things like that. If I would memorize it in my head, I'd feel like that the big company I'm working for would kind of not trust me, because it'd be like, well, if you manage to memorize this entire idea in your head, like that, like just like snap a finger, it's gonna be, it's like, kind of might not trust it, maybe might feel like half baked kind of thing like that. So it's just a little eh. I should put a door. There we go. So that's been the main source of my stress, because again, it's the whole working on it. And ooh, okay, so right, it was just space bar. Okay, so this is the little house I have right now. But yeah, I don't know why I rambled on that long. I just needed to really get that off my chest. I don't know why. It's just, yeah, school. At least this part of my school, like the second semester, first year in high school, is quite stressful, because it's like the stereotypical, when you think of stereotypical like high school things in movies or like in classes. So like this is the year that I have like science and math, but it's also the year that I have drama class and photography, and also French again, which I am not taking next year if it was obvious, mostly because it's caused problems in the past and causing problems in the future now. So yeah, but sorry, I've been rambling on way too long, so I'm just gonna have to leave this episode here. If you guys enjoyed, push that like button. If you want to see more of my content, remember to subscribe and leave a comment down below, as it is appreciated. Either way, see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.